What is up, guys? It is esports content entertainment coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Doublelift and 100 Thieves. So Doublelift retired from playing competitive League of Legends after he went 0-6 with TSM at the 2020 League of Legends World Championship. He has been out of playing competitive League of Legends since 2021. And it was earlier rumored about at least a few weeks ago that Doublelift could be making his return to competitive play, joining 100 Thieves with Bjergsen and Spica. But it turns out it's just going to be with Bjergsen, as Spica is most likely going to be going to FlyQuest, actually, And looking at this move right now, is this even an upgrade over FBI? I don't really personally think so, but if Doublelift can get back to the form that he was at, during his LCS tenure, then yeah, I think that would be an upgrade over FBI. It would literally just depend on the meta and how both teams are functioning, right? So LEC Willow tweets, sources, AD carry Doublelift has reached a verbal agreement with the 100 Thieves in the LCS. This also locks Unforgiven in the Academy team. So I know people said, why not just play Unforgiven over Doublelift? And I agree with you there. I think they should play Unforgiven over Doublelift, but as we know with like spring splits, if a certain roster doesn't go as planned, and the team kind of fails, and if that certain team that fails might need an AD carry, they could simply go to 100 Thieves and go like, hey, could I buy Unforgiven right now? I'll pay his full buyout right now. My team, they fucking failed in the spring split, and I want to make Worlds. So 100 Thieves gets to, have their cake and eat it too. They can have a really, really competitive roster, for the LCS, and then they have a really good prospect in their academy team that pretty much any LCS org is probably going to want if they want to make an upgrade in the AD carry position going into the LCS 2023 summer split if the LCS 2023 spring split, regular season and playoffs didn't really work out for them. But Doublelift coming back to the LCS, it is something though. Like, would this, help the viewership out and for him and Bjergsen being on one team? This one team is going to be extremely overhyped by a lot of people. People got to factor in, I think Doublelift did not, this thing about Doublelift is, there were splits where you could maybe argue he wasn't the best AD carry, but at least you could argue he was definitely top 3. The thing is, if Doublelift does not come back to that top 3 AD carry form during the entirety of next year, I'm not talking about fucking, just one split. If he doesn't come back to form by the entirety of all of next year, I personally think he'll simply maybe just go back to streaming, or maybe he'll just go on another team. But you could always tell he had that competitive edge to him. If you watch his content, you can tell he still plays solo queue. He's still definitely talented at playing AD carry, but to be fair, is having Doublelift that big of a difference compared to the AD carries we had in the league, earlier this year? Probably not, But yeah, swapping out Doublelift for FBI. Okay. I mean, let's see if it works out, Because basically with Doublelift, it's either I win a championship or that's it, It's literally, that's what this roster is built around. Championship or bust. If he says otherwise, he's capping out his ass, literally, because they have Busio, who played well in Academy, but that's just Academy, so you gotta kind of take that for what it is. I've never seen Tenacity play. I think he was on 100 Thieves Academy too. I've seen a few games from him. Those players I think are good, but when you're factoring in just Academy, I don't know about that. Academy is a weird place to judge players. Some players look genuinely really good. Some look only really good because of how the team structure is and other players playing around them to make them look good. Keeping Closer, I think it's good, but I don't know if Closer and Bjergsen and Doublelift's personalities will not end up clashing. I think you will have personality clashes between the players. We'll just see how that goes. If I'm judging the 100 Thieves roster right now, just based off those 3 prospects alone right there, and a few of the little bit of games I've seen from Tenacity and Busio, probably maybe a 3rd place roster. I don't know. It'd be a top 3 roster, maybe. maybe a top 3 roster. I mean, it might be at worst a 4th place roster. I wouldn't put it anything lower than like 5th or 6th. I mean, but there were splits where Doublelift was definitely lower on the food chain in the LCS, so we'll just have to see how that goes, personally. But what do you guys think about Doublelift joining 100 Thieves? I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK, and this is Esports Content Entertainment, your one place for esports content. Alright guys, deuces.